Rusty turned into the driveway and stared at the wood-framed house with its tidy porch and swing.
I hate it. When I showed you the picture, you said it was sweet and reminded you of your grandma's house. That doesn't mean I want to live in an old lady house.
Neil shook his head and got out of the car. The moving van stopped on the street. 2 men hopped out, threw open the back door, and began quickly unloading. Rusty got out too, and felt as though she'd been kidnapped, even though in a moment of fear that she may die, she agreed to the respite in Ancelet Bay. Neil strolled across the freshly mowed lawn, hopped up on the front porch, and unlocked the door. The moving guys were right behind him with a small couch that came from her home office. Rusty could hear Neil telling the men where to place things, while she stood near the hood of her car with her arms folded like a petulant child who'd just been put in timeout. The house did remind her of her grandmother's place, and it conjured some of her sweetest early childhood memories. Nana was a doting grandmother, and Rusty had been the apple of her eye. Justine Martinez was a single mother who worked several jobs to support her own mother and daughter. Nana did the mothering and kissed the boo-boos, tucked Rusty into bed, and told her stories. She was also a marvelous cook and enjoyed having Rusty help her in the kitchen. Rusty sighed, thinking that the years they lived with Nana were the best she'd ever known. She didn't have a care in the world. But that all changed after Nana died not long after Rusty turned 8. Her mother sold the house just outside of Houston, Texas, and moved them to Baton Rouge. There, Justine began taking classes and worked at the same time, and Rusty became a latchkey kid who cooked, cleaned, and did the laundry. Neil walked out onto the porch with a big smile on his face and wiped at the sweat beading on his bald head. His skinny legs protruded out of a pair of shorts and practically glowed that they were so white.
That goes in the spare bedroom,
he said as the movers prepared to carry a desk up the steps. Rusty's heart went out to him. Neil didn't handle confrontation or tense situations very well. His smile was plastered on, and it was obvious he was trying to remain upbeat. Neil was Rusty's only true friend. They'd rarely gone a day without seeing each other since they met 20 years ago. Rusty knew he relied on her just as much as she did him. They knew everything about each other. They'd shared their deepest secrets. Though she wasn't happy about being exiled, she knew that Neil had her best interests at heart. And the plan was a wise one, though she didn't like it.
Did you see all the trees in the backyard?
Yeah, I saw them. Rusty watched the moving man jog back out of the house. Neil slowly approached her like he would an animal he wasn't sure would attack.
This isn't forever. You're going to get healthy here, and you're going to once again become the excited visionary with the great sense of humor I have always loved. You have to embrace this. You swore you would, and you're a woman of your word. I made that promise because I was afraid I was going to do a faceplant on my kitchen floor and no one would find my body until I started to stink.
Neil's expression was pained as he said,
Please don't talk like that. It puts devastating images in my mind. Do you want to come inside and see the house? I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of it, so that's okay.
Rusty pointed at the freestanding garage with its rolled-up door wide open.
What's in the boxes in there? Oh, that's just some junk. The real estate agent told me she'd get rid of them. I guess she forgot. I'll give her a call.
Neil stretched, working the kinks out of his 6'3" frame.
I took a map of the town and notated where certain stores and restaurants are. I thought that might come in handy since this is your first time here.
Thanks, Rusty said with a nod. Neil had done it all. He'd searched for a house with enough distance between it and Baton Rouge to keep Rusty from dropping by the office. He'd set up all the rental arrangements, hired movers, and even bought groceries that were packed in coolers in the trunk of Rusty's car.
God, Rusty, I'm going to miss you so much,
he blurted out as tears filled his eyes.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Rusty held her hands up.
You can't be emotional now. I can't take it.
Neil scrubbed his head again and sniffed.
You're the best brother with a vagina I've ever had. Take a deep breath.
Neil laughed softly.
I want you to be happy and whole. I don't think you realize how bad your heart attack scared me. That day in the conference room,